She moved.
I was just, I mean, those Johnson
Sausage.
Italian sausage,
Crazy.
Johnson sausage, maybe a kielbasa probably falls in line there. So
I know what I
I
need
think
to
it
do.
all
What I
falls
need
under
to
the
do.
sausage
So that's what we
umbrella.
figure it out.
Yes, totally.
So
And like I was doing
down.
big time broad stuff during the COVID.
You were exploring.
Yes,
So
especially
now
the ones
you
that
have to
had
do
the
some
the
research
cheese
on it.
injections.
Yes.
Where it's like melting cheese out of it when you're searing that.
Cheese.
Fantastic. So I understand the need for from time to time the taste and the cost of the sausage is getting it done, but apparently this is now just showing the difficult times that we're in right now. Are you guys eating more sausage, or are you guys eating something
eat more
specific?
sausage.
I don't think it's due to inflation, but I have been on a kick with jalapeno beef sausages. I can get some pretty
I
nice
go
ones at
down. How
Target,
do I get out of
or
here?
at Costco. There's different variety.
Oh,
I don't know if this
shit.
is, again, recession related, but it could be. I have been getting after the ramen that comes in the bowl with the spicy
Contract
ramen.
only.
It's a little bit more expensive than your regular package of top ramen, but it's
Visitor
still like
contract.
$1.99. Totally.
Oh, excuse me.
Go to Sam's, get a beef tenderloin for 100 and something bucks. Cut your own steaks. You'll save 80 bucks.
My algorithm is all so much butcher meat.
Oh, man.
Fried tip.
Always talking about just going and buying the huge slab or whatever, and then
to yourself.
trying to show you how to get it all cut out.
You can take that once you clean off the silver skin and kind of make it look nice. Take some of the fat off a little bit, kind of make it. You can cut 1.5 to 2-inch steaks and save yourself about 100 bucks. And you still eat steaks. Yeah,
Sounds easy.
Yeah, you just go get a beef tenderloin. Again, it's not for everybody. Not for everybody. You take that, you take it right, get the center cut, do stuff with that, tie that up, make it like a tenderloin, beef tenderloin things. There's a lot of things you can do with it. But there's creative ways to kind of get around the price of meat, like just butcher it yourself.
Argyle is hitting that ground beef heavy these days. Pork chops in the 972. 940 is hitting that hot ready rotisserie chicken. That is a move right there. $5.
How much is it?
I think is that going up?
It has gone up. Now,
Okay,
Sam's Club, you get it for $5. I'm hitting it at like $9 now. To
Okay,
freeze.
this is what I'm talking about because I like to do salads, and I like to do that kind of chicken. The shredded chicken.
Scan the
That's
card.
from like
Got it.
$11.
I'm going to charge me
In a little pack.
$18.
But apparently, if you go to
Wow.
a place like a Sam's Club, they're still keeping that at a respectable $5.
You got some?
Absolutely debone that chicken.
That's a hustle and a half right there. I need that hustle.
Chop all that stuff up.
Not for 4 hours. They charge me $18 just to park.
That's
insane.
For a little bit later.
$18 for 4 hours. That wasn't even 4 hours. I went in there
Signs.
2 o'clock.
If
2
you- if
hours.
there's any that you remember,
2.5.
we'd be happy
And
to
they
do
got
them, but
$18. I'm in the wrong
over the
business.
weekend- You remember last year?
I'm in the wrong business.
Conversation should they have been in the
I need to
college
get into
football
the
playoff,
parking lot
quarterback had
business.
just gotten hurt, and Kirk
I ain't
Herbstreit
talking about
was one of
parking
the
lot
loudest
pimping.
national voices
you go,
pushing down
I ain't
FSU.
talking about parking lot
in the
pimping.
process. Yeah,
It's
yeah. I mean,
insane.
anybody rationally, I think, would do that. Anybody with some
I
logic.
parked
and
for 2.5
outside of
hours. They
his,
charged me $18.
His love for his dog.
Man, that's insane. Which way I gotta go?
Generally, Kirk Herbstreit.
Get
So
outta here.
he was in Dublin
Come
over
out
the
here.
weekend.
Yes, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just,
Zero college football.
I know I want to get the heck away from here.
And there was an
Still
FSU girl
my
with
money.
a sign that says, "Hey Kirk, does your wife know that you believed us?" And
I
first
can't
thought,
wear it, right?
oh my gosh, what? And then I
Can I?
realized the context of it, which
Hold on,
is
bro.
he was kicking FSU.
Hold on,
when they
bro.
decided to
Okay,
pop it off last
we
year.
are good.
Yeah, he doesn't seem
So
like
yeah, I do want to go down that road right there.
Seems like a solid
Tour
family
went
guy
great.
there. We have outside looking in. Do you guys remember
work
when
to
P.
do.
Diddy was hitting coaches with kettlebells in defense of his own son? Do you guys remember that story? Vaguely. Beats by Diddy,
parked
and it
for-
had a big kettlebell on
I
there.
parked for 2 hours and them dudes hit me for 18. Just say $20. I mean, yeah, I got $20, but just to park. I mean, I only got one little bottle of water too.
The old flag. Yeah, back in the day. They're the ones who started that.
It was a sign, it was
That's
a sign.
really cool. I
But,
didn't know
every game day, no matter where, they'd have a
It's
Washington
all
State
good. It's gonna be
flag
worth it in the end.
flying. somebody gets out
It's
of.
gonna be worth it in
Outside
the
looking
end.
in, we have if Marshawn
I gotta
Lynch
get
can
to-
get into
I gotta
town,
get on the
then
field,
anyone
though.
can.
Gotta get in the field.
We have.
What's going on, Random?
This is,
What's up with you?
Their sign was.
I'm in Texas. What you got going on?
Ooh, that must have been like SEC versus Big Ten.
It's hot out here. It says 91. That ain't as hot as it's been. Let me get back around this way.
Those places.
Yeah, let me get over here. I hate coming out here. I might have to do it anyway. So they went hard. I see what I
I was
did.
thinking the other way. I was thinking the
I
opposite.
gotta wait for that. Okay, that's
That's a Pac-12
basically went in the freaking circle.
That's an Arizona State.
Turn on.
Feeling good.
I don't know if I can or not. I'm gonna turn anyway. But I don't want you down here. Now I go straight ahead. 38 minutes.
Break, and there's
That's
a
not
face.
bad.
There's a
Could be
Drake
worse.
face on there. We
Could be
have
worse.
outside looking in. Miami's offense runs
Man,
like
that's
the
crazy.
Obamacare website.
Gotta
This is all
focus.
making the cut on television. It's being
Get locked
seen.
in.
Michigan might
Gotta
actually
lock
be
in.
this one. At least Oregon doesn't have Detroit.
Gotta get locked in,
So they
bro.
were probably.
They do have a
I think
Detroit
he finished
late though.
56.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
We have Ole Miss girls are easier than their out of conference schedule. Hanging out there behind the game day set. The Army Navy. There's a lot of trash talk with that one.
Oh, Army Navy. That's big.
How about an Army guy holding up a Navy has small decks sign?
I like
I'm in the
that.
wrong. I'm about to get back. Come on over, bro.
Military trash talk.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
This sign has won as many national championships as Oregon. And that's your final outside look at it.
Oh, he trying to get over?
Maybe this is the year for the Ducks, man.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of love right now.
Man, these
They got
buses,
some
they
light riding a big old check.
good night.
And we're actually about 25 minutes away from.
Yeah, I'm about to wake me a bite.
College football with him. He's an absolute.
These buses are
college
good.
was at a 5.
And all of them on the road at the
Yes,
same
it's a 5 o'clock. I'm
time.
looking forward to that. Then we get to Eric Nadel, what you drinking, what you thinking, LA Live, it's a party.
Wow.
All right, number 10 here. We have win or lose. We don't live in
crazy.
Iowa. That's sign number 10.
Downtown Dallas is crazy. Capizi's.
Army football has
Let's
its
come
own
down
website.
here.
They couldn't string together 3 W's. Go Navy, beat Army. They take that one serious.
Talk trash.
How about this one, Broadus at number 8? It's just a sign that says
Nice.
coincidence, and
That's
there's
Deep Ellum,
there's a
like Deep
profile
Ellum.
view of a toilet, and then it's the same shape as the state of Louisiana.
That's right.
Got that one before about that.
I knew about that one.
We have Tom Brady's footballs are harder than Ohio State's schedule. We have this one they spelled out vertically.
I've been good, bro. How about yourself?
And then with every letter of ESPN, they were able to just make the word penis. They were able to file that. They were able to put that. It's right over Kirk Herbstreit's left shoulder as you watch the broadcast on ESPN, of course.
Big crowd pleaser.
It's like they don't check these things. It's like anything can get through here. And I've never been a part of a game day crowd.
I was at the Texas OU one last year.
And you had that crazy awful just
Experience. I'll never go back.
Well, and you had that super controversial sign you were carrying around, but they just let you in with it.
Oh yeah, they let me in with that sign. Yeah.
You can't spell dumb bleeps without ducks. Hey,
I know
Donna,
everything
Oregon.
about you.
At
I'm
4, I tried to be Oklahoma fans. I tried to change my password to Navy,
Google
but
me up.
Gmail said it was too weak.
It's like you might shoot me.
These Army fans, man, or these Army
I
guys.
think we're doing it West Point.
Number 3,
Everybody's important.
even your spelled OU.
I don't know.
So they're calling out the Sooners.
I'm
Even
gonna
your
take it.
mascot is a
I can tell my
bandwagon
practice.
because
The scooter.
yeah, and it tipped over a
It
couple
tips
years
over.
ago.
Yeah. I
It's
think we
just-
got better stability. I think the SEC said, "Hey, you need better stability. We can't be
Well,
stopping
I was
the
doing
game.
that while
They had to
I
make
was
that
They
thing.
flipping the thing over every once in a while.
They had to make that thing a dually, I think.
Had to make it bigger, better base. You need a better base.
Number 2, Alabama, where Ancestry.com and eHarmony are the same. And number 1, even Forrest Gump got into Bama. Wow. So shots fired. That's college football, man. In a nutshell.
Thank you, Chief. Yes, sir. Filling in for Wolchuk all week long. He's done a terrific job with the top 10. On in 25, we'll talk about the scenarios there as Chief told you, Doug Farmer's talking college football coming up at 5 o'clock, and we're back with all that and more here. It's the G-Back Nation on a Football Friday here on The Fan. I'd love to chat about Diamonds Direct for just a second. I mean, their name says it all, right? But the real deal is Diamonds Direct shopping experience is second to none. And I love it.
Man, fire trucks, police or something. These buses off the chain out here, bro.
The lovely ladies' birthday. I think
I see why they didn't want them in the
full
game.
report on how they went down on.
What's going on, Random?
You know, picture this. You step into
Back.
Diamonds Direct, and bam, the energy is electric. The welcome is warm. You've got your
I've been great, bro. I just,
and everyone's
there's two of the law school I'm thinking about going to. I ain't thinking about going to. I'm going to that school.
It's like walking into the home of a trusted
I'm
friend.
thinking about it. I'm going to that school. I just have to go meet the people that's going to be looking at my paperwork process.
You've heard me talking about Diamonds Direct for a long time. Best
I ain't gotta look nowhere
guarantees
else.
and
I know where I'm
warranties in
going.
the industry. Well, the folks there, they're not just about the sales. They care. They dive into your story, what you're celebrating. They work their magic to find something amazing that won't break the bank. And trust me,
Oh, man.
the free cleanings, the maintenance, even birthday surprises, all.
I appreciate it, bro. Go on and subscribe, man. I appreciate that.
Also looking to treat yourself or someone special, drop by Diamonds Direct. Tell them I sent you. Get ready to experience jewelry shopping done right. For the best quality, price, and shopping experience, there's no better choice than
Appreciate
Diamonds
that, bro.
Direct. Salute.
Coming up Monday on the KNC Masterpiece, it's me, Alec Medford.
Yeah, I got
and
about
Jake Reitma,
30,
and for the boys getting
34
ready for
minutes.
week
It's all
one
red.
of the
It's a red line all the way there.
Fun 10 to 2 on
Well, I'm
a
red
Cowboys
now. It might
Monday
lit
here
up.
on
I'm not,
The
not sure
Fan. The
when.
first weekend of college football
Yeah, I
is
gotta get home and
here.
get to work. I
I'm
got
Joe
work to
Ostrowski
do.
here to help you beat the books with
I got
BetQL.
work to do. I
College
gotta
football
go.
is back, and it is a loaded card for week one. The BetQL model is
Dallas.
backing the Irish, catching 3 against Texas A&M. So what's a
So I
pick
get
up
home about
most of the
17,
summer?
14, so
Now it's
roughly a little over
absolute
30
field goal.
minutes.
That makes Notre Dame a
17,
4-star best
15.
bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS. Follow all the action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, all the way through the AFC
Hey, Random, go hit that like button for me.
And start streaming Paramount Plus today.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights, open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready.
Okay, yeah, that was Deep Ellen. Yep, Ellen Place. I know the familiar.
Styles today at Wrangler.
Hey, Katie. Hi. Let's embark on a performance calibration initiative synthesizing qualitative and quantitative metrics for this past
I
fiscal
was
year.
my feet down, but they closed it. Hold it back in time.
you need. None of the annoying gibberish.
What I was trying to say is, you crushed it last year, Katie.
It's
You
her
are getting
phone.
a
I don't know
big
if it's the
fat
shoes.
bonus.
Heineken Silk, world-class light beer. Only 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories. All the taste, no bitter endings. Order now at Heineken.com/life. Must be 21 and older. Purchase the way Heineken responsibly.
Company vehicle accidents are on the rise, and as a result, serious injury and deaths are on the rise as well. A company vehicle is any car, truck, van, SUV, bus, or fleet vehicle that is used for business purposes. If you or a loved one has been in an accident with a company vehicle, call Thomas J. Henry. We handle serious company vehicle accidents and get serious results. Call Thomas J. Henry today. Available 24/7, nights and weekends.
Dallas Fort Worth and San Antonio, Texas.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
This is underway. Get a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
4.9 miles, 35. I'm already on 35 anyway. 4.43, 183. Figure it out. Just get lost for that 3 years. 2.5 years. I'm just going to freaking get lost. Just go do what I need to do. Damn. Somebody had an accident. He can't even get. The truck can't even get there. Ambulance can't even get there. Out of traffic. They're not even looking in the back of there. They're not even looking where the heck they're going. I'm about to get a yellow mark myself. the swivel. Yep, there's another ambulance right there. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock, straight up. Going home traffic. I didn't realize it was going to be that long, but it's worth it. That looks horrible. Wow. I'm about to hit it now. They rubbernecking. That's crazy. That is, it's like LA traffic. I'm in Texas. Dallas. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so when I log on, y'all can check me out. I appreciate it. All right, dude, what we got going on? Damn, I hate to be on that side. They gonna be forever. Oof. They gonna be forever trying to get out of that joint. Wow.
Thank you very much, Lucas. It is the GMAC Nation here on the Fan. The Franklin Injury Attorney text line is open at 877-881-1053. Which team do you think Dak will play for in 2025? I would think the favorite would be New Orleans. You know, staying in the region, kind of going home, playing for the Saints. You look at Tampa, I guess his wife is from that area now. They have Baker Mayfield, though. I don't want to pay twice as much for just a little bit better. There's New York and New England, high-profile teams. There's both teams in New York, isn't there? Could Aaron Rodgers be done after this year? I think that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The Raiders. I do think a sleeper is Miami. What if Tua has another bad injury? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be, I mean, because they just paid him, the idea that they could break the bank for Dak and then also continue to pay Tua for whatever they just gave him, which was quite a bit of money.
Is this the first year of the deal?
Yeah, they just signed it this offseason.
So how much was it?
So that is going to take at least one more year to develop. You know, you also have to consider Kirk Cousins could be available in trade for a quarterback needy team. Next plays well. You know, you have the 3 college quarterbacks with Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders. Is that what we're looking at for the first round?
For the most part, yeah.
So until you dive in, you never know. I mean, Joe Burrow was outside of the first round when this thing all started back in the day, and then all of a sudden he elevated himself to the first overall pick.
Who knows who could ball out here over the next couple of weeks and put themselves on the radar.
I remember Dave Bergler's list. He had his top 50 players preseason. Joe Burrow was number 50. And he ended up
Things change.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think there's a handful of teams that you can make the argument. I mean, from the Tennessee Titans to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Pittsburgh Steelers to the New York Jets to the Seattle Seahawks to the Giants to the Saints to the Raiders to even the Rams. Who knows what the deal is with Stafford? I mean, his health could prevent. He might be done. I mean, that's a seriously up in the air situation.
With the Seahawks, again, Geno Smith, half of the money that Dak is going to ask for. Comparable player, at least in the same ballpark. Him, Baker Mayfield, with the Saints, Derek Carr, right? Like, how much better is Dak for what you're paying? I don't know. And then I think you also have to look at the fact that are you rebuilding around Dak? Or are you a team that has a really good roster that's ready to go to the playoffs and make noise and you need a quarterback? I don't think teams would rather have Dak than draft a quarterback and try their chances in the first round if they have a roster that still has a lot of holes on it. You're building long term at that point.
Yeah, I do think there's some element of Dak with his age being what it is. Some teams could still make sort of the argument to themselves that we have Dak here for the next 5 years. So even if we're still trying to build up our roster here, we can sure up the most important position and then continue to fill over the course of the next few years. It's not like Brady's coming to you and you have to win this year, or it's Manning and you got to win this year or next year necessarily. But I am with you. I think in general, if you're a team going after Dak, you would want to be the kind of team that feels like, hey, we're about as quarterback away as you can be to at least being a playoff type team like the Raiders probably feel like they are. The Seahawks might feel that way.
The Seahawks. Yeah.
I mean,
if I was Dak, you're saying he's not coming back to Dallas, right?
Yeah, or you could pick Dallas if you want. Just who's his team at 25?
I think the Cardinals could even be a team there.
I think, to me, I think Dallas is still in play here. The thing that I think, to me, if I'm Dak Prescott, I go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I go to Pittsburgh because you got coach stability, roster stability. The quarterback seems to be the one thing that they haven't kind of figured out. They evaluate running back, especially they evaluate wide receivers. It seems like they have a second or third round wide receiver that shows up.
Yeah.
They got a tight end. They'll work on their offensive line. The stability of that organization for a quarterback, if you want to put somebody in a spot and say, okay, we're a quarterback away from being a lot better.
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh is the perfect place for him.
Tough division in general, and you're playing outdoor cold environments, and that hasn't been necessarily something that has been good for Dak. So that would be something to consider. But there's no question the Steelers are right up there.
If you're going to the most stable franchise there is, if he cares about the franchise, Pittsburgh is the way to go. If you don't care about the franchise, go to Raiders.
I just think it's going to be a tougher needle to thread finding the team that wants him, that is in position to take advantage of him at this point in his career, and then wants to reset the market. The Steelers negotiate contracts historically pretty tough. And if you're Dak, you're like, okay, do I want to state of Philadelphia to play in that cold weather for similar money just to leave the Cowboys? I don't know. Going through the exercise, I think it actually walked me back to the idea of, a lot of times we see players that assume the grass is greener. There's going to be exceptional demand. And then you and your agent go out there and look, and you end up going back to the hometown team. Like, man, I thought there would be more demand out here, like a Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, but also, I mean, if for as much as we look at Dak and say, like, maybe we don't think after he can win a Super Bowl here, Dak could easily look at the Cowboys and say the exact same thing. And say, like, okay, yes, there's plenty that comes along with being the Cowboys quarterback. Maybe he likes those things, maybe he doesn't. But he's now been here at the end of this season for, 9 seasons? He can easily look at it and be like, am I going to win a Super Bowl here? Would I be better off at least trying it somewhere else, especially for an extra $5 to $10 million per year than what the Cowboys may be offering now?
Extra $10 million.
And I mean, how good are the Falcons? I mean, how really good are the Falcons? And they just looked at Kirk Cousins like, we're willing to give you, at that age, off that injury, $100 million Cousins away from doing anything. Yeah, they're Kirk Cousins away from winning the worst division in football and winning at best a playoff game, but probably not even doing that. But they don't have that type of self-awareness. They look at it like, let's go spend $100 million guaranteed on Kirk Cousins. Plenty of teams can look at Dak Prescott and say to themselves, we can win a Super Bowl with him, or their expectations are even lower than that, and it's still like, hey, we're going to get to the playoffs with this guy. And
exciting if you haven't made it for a while. Yes. I mean, Raider Joe, my buddy, who met us from letters in prison years ago in the nosebleed seats, die-hard Raiders fan. He texts me every day. He can't wait for Dak Prescott to be a Raider quarterback. He's like, dude, I would kill to win 10 games and maybe 8 playoff games every year. He's like, give me that for 5 to 10 years, and then maybe I'll be sick of it. But right now, he's not. I mean, it's crazy. In the 90s, the Braves kept making the World Series, and the fans stopped showing up for, like, the divisional round playoffs. They're like, what fun is this? You know, we're just going to lose in the World Series. And, you know, it's like what you get accustomed to is crazy. And then if that gets taken away from you, you get a great amount of appreciation for it. It is a Man of Monday here coming up next week versus the Yankees, presented by Terramana Tequila. Rangers water drink special at the Terramana Terrace behind section 134, and that'll be available when the gates open until the first pitch at 7:05. That's Monday with the Yanks in town. Of course, DeGrom next week. Dollar Dog Night on Wednesday versus the Yankees next week, presented by the Texas Cherry Company. And tonight it's Corey Seager bobblehead night. Doors to open, so you want to get your hands on one of those heads, you better get to one of these doors real quick. There's quite a line out there, a lot of excitement, especially coming off that historic series that he had. All righty, coming up next, Doug Farmer talking college football.
Yes.
Expressway, what you drinking, what you thinking. After that, it's the G-Bag Nation on 105.3 The Fan.
Commercial-free G-Bag. Salute! It's a commercial-free expressway. Afternoons at 5:20 on 105.3
I feel like,
The
you know, I've been to a lot of PWIs, to be
Presented
honest.
by Comerica.
And,
Solos, let's go ahead and take
I'm gonna do
control
what I
of
need
that
to do.
financial future.
But I
I
forgot
woke up
to
at
support
30 years
I
old
really needed.
this year, 3 kids. I didn't know financial
But I
planning, but the
needed.
good news for all of us is we could look no further than Trajan Wealth. That's right. That's our trusted partner
Man,
for all of our financial
lose my
needs.
number,
Trajan
bro.
Wealth has offices conveniently located in Frisco,
so
Arlington,
tired.
South Lake, Fort
Like,
Worth, and McKinney. Trajan Wealth is just around the corner or a click away. You can check them out at TRAJANwealth.com or give them a call right now at 469-579-3500. Schedule that free no obligation consultation because at Trajan Wealth, your needs come first. That's right. They're a fiduciary firm. So family owned, they're veteran led, they brought decades of experience to the table, and their chief advisors actually specialize in helping individuals in or nearing retirement. Listen, trying to navigate of today's financial landscape, that can be absolutely daunting. Trajan Wealth help you 469-579-3500. That's 469-579-3500. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. What hard workers deserve.
29 snaps, putting up 132 receiving yards, scoring 3 touchdowns and registering for a tackle. And Drew Sanders completed 26 out of 34 passes for 445 yards and 4 touchdowns. While half Colorado missing a bowl game this season, one thing that can't be questioned is that Travis Ventura, a swatch, and were picked early in the 2025 NFL Draft. I'm Zach Hill.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize.
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporized nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Big on 12 Dr. Pepper or Pepsi. Select varieties or buy 2
I
get
can't remember
free
where
for
I
your
don't know
car.
if I had it.
Kroger, fresh for everyone.
1750.
Personal foul on the road? J. Alexander Law is your MVP in court. As the trusted law firm and proud sponsor of the Dallas Mavs, we are committed to fighting for your rights. Whether you're hurt by an 18-wheeler or hurt on the job, call J. Alexander Law and let us guide you towards the justice and compensation you deserve. 888-88-INJURED. 888-88-INJURED. Principal Office, Dallas, Texas.
Dave Lothmer here at Classic Chevrolet Fleet and Commercial with Brad Roller. Brad, how you doing? Doing great, buddy. We're in the final days of our early model year sales. As the #1 Chevy dealer in the world, we have a record amount of remaining 24 models priced to sell through Labor Day with additional holiday savings. Labor Day savings plus early model year end. That's sure to help business owners upgrade their fleet or commercial vehicles. How much are we talking about? We have hundreds of work-ready vehicles on the ground. Box trucks, flatbeds, cargo vans, service body trucks, all priced below market value. That makes now a great time to buy. Can a business owner trade in their old vehicles like an individual car buyer can? Yes, they can. We're buying fleet commercial vehicles every day. 2 or 200. We'll buy them all for top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. Through Labor Day only. These are the final days to get early model year-end savings. Visit ClassicFleet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet Fleet and Commercial. Driving business since 1978. Together, let's drive. Based on 2023 Chevrolet Clippers.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
From our highly buzzed Arlington and her studios, you're rolling with the G-Bag Nation on 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome to the Nation.
It's hour number 4 of the G-Bag Nation on 105.3 The Fan. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's a big college football weekend. We're live at the Globe for baseball tonight with the Rangers hosting the A's. They are on the field warming up in preparation. Pregame coming up at 6:30. The first pitch, 7 o'clock. This building is buzzing with Kumar Rocker excitement. Seen a lot of Tolos, and they're talking about Rocker and DeGrom for next year. We just got to get Evaldi back. We'll talk about Rangers here coming up with Sands before too long. But joining us now from Covers.com is a college football expert, Doug Farmer, here in the G-Bag Nation on your home of the Cowboys. And a good afternoon to you, Doug. How the heck are you? We got you, Doug. Can you hear me, Mad Dog?
Doug, can you hear us? I see him on the Zoom.
Yeah, he's looking. I like his background there.
It's a nice. I mean, look how many bobbleheads he's got.
Yeah, he's ready to stream.
I mean,
is he maybe trying to listen for us in a way that we're not feeding our voices to? Is he listening on the Zoom?
Can you hear us, Doug? Could you nod your head up and down if you hear us? He's not nodding his head. No, I mean he's not even blinking twice. He's telling us to know that he's in danger. Well, that's a bummer, dude. Let me get his number over.
Yeah, send me Doug's number.
Yeah, let me get you Dougie's number. Should I just say it over the air here?
No, okay. I got in trouble once for that my first couple of weeks. Tom Bigby was not happy. A lot of great college football matchups. Which one are you most interested in, intrigued by this weekend, Brian?
LSU Tigers. They're playing against USC in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And the one thing we were not ever going to run away from is one of these potential 50-50 games of losing against a really good team.
Yeah.
We did it the last 2 years against Florida State. We have not yet figured out how to play somebody that we can maybe get off to a good start. So, yeah, I'm intrigued. I was going to ask Doug about, he's a Notre Dame grad. I'm intrigued with Texas A&M and Notre Dame.
Yeah,
down there in College Station. I think that's a really good matchup.
A lot of people excited about that. A lot of LSU folks here in town. Brian, how's the team looking overall?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Doug Nussmeier is the quarterback, though. His dad was Doug Nussmeier, the kid. But I tell you what, excitement about that because you're trying to replace the Heisman Trophy, winner here. And are you good enough? And skill positions are fine. The offensive line should be fine. The defense is always the question with LSU.
OU, a 43-point favorite. This game's tonight at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner, excited about everything going on there. Of course, Clemson and Georgia.
That's a good one, too. That'll be a really You know, Georgia's favored in this one, I think double-digit favors. Clemson might be a little bit down, is what people might think about Clemson. So
well, they were the one team, like Dabo's anti-transfer portal. So they didn't add any talent from that standpoint, but I believe we have Doug.
Yeah, Doug Farmer, Covers.com, joining us now here in the G-Bag Nation. Doug, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We've got a full day of college football ahead of us. How could I not be?
Yeah, which game are you most looking forward to?
Oh, come on. You don't pick your favorite child. Let's love them all. But I do see some of these, and I think there are games like Boise State, Georgia Southern, and to me, we're going to learn so much about the Group of 5 race in that. There are that kind of game all across the board. Even the ho-hum ones, to me, they can inform us on this season.
Well, Doug, you're a Notre Dame grad. I'm surprised you didn't jump in there and talk about this trip you're about to make to College Station.
They moving slow down over here.
I might have gone there, but I don't even worry about them all that often anymore. I do find that game very intriguing. A left tackle injury moves the spread a point and a half. I don't know that is played in only one game, a bowl game against a depleted. I've been very surprised by that aggressive move based on injury to an unproven player.
Are you buying what Notre Dame's selling this year? I mean, they come in at number 7 in the country. Do you believe they actually have what it takes to be legit? Is Riley Leonard a real quarterback?
Do they need to have what it takes to be legit with this schedule? I know that's not the most fun or the sexiest way to talk about a football team, but with this schedule, they've got all the time in the world to prove what they're selling. I do think Riley Leonard's the real deal. His Duke tenure was underappreciated because he was so injured. Go to his last 18 healthy games, he accounted for 40 touchdowns, 23 passing, 17 rushing. He is a full-blown quarterback, and in a Mike Denbrock offense, they're going to utilize his legs, and I think that's going to open up an offense in a way we haven't seen from Notre Dame in quite some time.
Doug, that comment took me back, though. I'm not used to Golden Domers fading their concern for the team. They seem to always be obsessed. How do you explain that?
First of all, I might have gone there, but I'm not the fan that many are. I just know it too well. And second of all, I'm seeing the value. It's not even optimism. It's just the value. With this schedule, Notre Dame, and we saw Florida State last week, that was supposed to be the only other game that Notre Dame was worried about. And with what we saw from the Seminoles on the offensive defensive lines, Notre Dame's going to worry less. Still worry, of course, but worry less about it. This schedule sets up for...
Okay, handicapped in the University of Texas, their soiree into the SEC. How do you think that they will fare as they make this journey?
I think they are one of the 3 or 4 most talented rosters in the country. And so that, of course, helps you out. Now, the SEC, it becomes such a grind. You've got so much ahead of you to worry about that having that good of a roster isn't always good enough. That said, they got a better draw than their Big 12 to SEC counterpart. Oklahoma really took the rough end of that schedule. Texas, yeah, they've got to go to Arkansas. Yeah, they visit Kentucky. Yeah, they have to go to A&M. That's to close the season. But they're better than all those teams. I will be surprised if Texas is not rematched against Georgia in the SEC championship game.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Doug Farmer, Covers.com, with us here in the G-Bag Nation. Big Ten side of things, are you as high on Oregon as everybody seems to be?
I am not, in that I am higher on Ohio State. I think Ohio State wins the Big Ten. I think Ohio State wins the national championship. So that tells you that, well, I think Oregon's really good. When I said there are 3 or 4 rosters that are separated from the rest of the country, Oregon's one of them. But I think Ohio State is that much better. That alone means I am not as high. Man after my own heart, the way he approaches hope for you. I just don't know that's going to work out against the Ohio State defense.
It's Doug Farmer, and it's hard to get as high as those folks out there in Oregon, when it comes to their level of passion.
Are you talking about football or something else?
No, we're talking black tar on that one. Hey, will the expanded playoffs make this whole thing even better? Will it dilute the big impacts of the Saturday matchups? How's this whole thing going to play out? If you say there's only 4 teams that stand above, why do we need these other ones?
Well, we saw why we need these other ones. We saw it last year. If you go unbeaten in college football, you're supposed to get a chance in the national championship. But we've always known that only half the country can actually believe that. But Florida State was in that half of the country. Florida State was a Power 5 team, went undefeated, and got left out. That is why we need the expanded playoff. Is it going to make the whole thing better? I'm very staunchly feeling yes. I started out talking about this Boise State game this weekend where they're 2-touchdown favorites. I'm curious to see if they try to throw the ball at all, or if the quarterback decision was foreshadowing they're just going to hand the ball off to Ashton Jeanty all season, which lowers their ceiling, and that is a playoff factor now. The fact that I can have a worry about a Boise State offense and it genuinely means something for the playoff, how can you not find that more fun?
Doug, I'm curious, when you start, you're very bullish on, you said Ohio State, so you must think that Will Howard can carry this thing the entire season. And what's giving you that thought?
Well, first of all, he doesn't need to. He has the skill position players around. Now, I think my analogy to Will Howard has been he gets to be the celebrity chef standing at the pass on the kitchen. All his line cooks are doing the work. He just has to arrange the ingredients. With his skill position players, he doesn't have to do a whole lot. He just has to get the ball out. And he's got time to get up to speed. Their first month, I call it Michigan-esque, because the last few years we've all seen the September schedules from Michigan that, frankly, they make the Conference USA schedules look tough. Ohio State has one of those this year. He's got 4 weeks to get up to speed before Iowa, and Iowa's kind of a nice tune-up before Oregon. I think Will Howard will be fully up to speed by then, and that Ohio State defense, that's really, for me, why I'm so high on them. It's not 2021 Georgia-esque because nothing is, but that's the only thing that I can really compare it to. They return 9 defensive starters, and they add Caleb Downs, and the 11th starter is a veteran middle linebacker. How much better can life get?
DougFarmerCovers.com here in the nation. We got a Sunday night LSU, USC, SEC Big Ten matchup, one of the classics. What do you got in this one, Doug? How good can either one of these two teams be this year?
42 to be exact.
I spent the last 2 hours on this game, and I've come away with this spread should be closer to 6. It's LSU by 4 or 4.5. It should be closer to 6. LSU is just a little bit better on both sides of the ball. LSU, Nussmeier has more experience winning the Reliant Quest Bowl against Wisconsin. That's the kind of thing you want to see from a young quarterback, and now they know they have it. He's got 4 returning offensive linemen. He's got a couple of skill position players. And yes, USC, quality quarterback, Lincoln Riley system. It should be great, but they're missing just those pieces of confidence on offense that LSU has. And then on defense, I'll believe in the USC defense the first time it shows up. The USC defense to me is the same as Iowa's offense. The day we see it, I'll believe. Until then, I refuse to grant it any credit. I refuse to give Lincoln Riley that deference. Those edges on both sides of the ball tilt just enough to LSU that I think they compound, and it should be a 6-point spread, not 4 or 4.5.
Is that one of your best plays of the week then?
It is in part only. It probably would be no matter what, but when you've got a Sunday standalone game like that, you've got to find your position on it. You can't just sit back and watch. What are we doing here?
Okay, how about Miami and Florida?
There are, every so often you can see the 2 cars barreling at each other down the road, and it's too late for you to stop them. So you just pull out your lawn chair, crack open a beer, and see how it goes. I am not touching that game. I want to just enjoy the spectacle, because no matter who loses that game, it is going to be a catastrophe for the program. That game is, there is no version of that game where both programs will walk away feeling, things are okay. One of those programs is going to go down into a meltdown mode Saturday night. And I'm content to sit there and open a beer and watch those cars crash into each other.
Travis Hunter for Heisman?
Can he win more than 5 games?
I know you don't believe he can.
You need North Dakota State to make some questionable coaching decisions to get by North Dakota State. Travis Hunter is underappreciated. What Travis Hunter is doing should be talked about ad nauseum. The Heisman is not going to go to a team that is 5-7. It's that simple. And 5 and 7 might be optimistic. They might be 4 and 8. It's that simple. It's not Travis Hunter's fault. They have no offensive or defensive lines, but it's still a truth. The line that I keep going back to is Deion was very proud to tell everybody he was bringing in that Louis. What do they have on the offensive defensive line? Plastic grocery bags.
Plastic grocery bags.
You know,
That's
you
wrong.
talked about the playoffs. Is there a team
Said plastic grocery
on the
bags.
outside
Green paper.
that you're really
Plastic.
kind of bullish on that can maybe make a run to get into the top 12 that we're not thinking about, maybe outside the top 25?
Outside the top 25 might be a bit of an ask, and I need to pull that up to make sure I haven't memorized the AP top 25. I don't worry about the AP top 25. The name I wanted to say is ranked number 12. I believe pretty strongly in Utah, and the added aspect with the college football playoff, look at teams like Utah and realize, well, if they win the Big 12, which is an if, they're already in the quarterfinals. They will presumably be better or evenly matched. So you have a team that, in this conversation, let's say it's a 50-50 chance out of the quarterfinals. That right there is always something to think about from an odds perspective. It's like the easy bracket in March Madness. Whenever you see somebody in that easier regional, their title odds should shift. I think the conference champion aspect of the playoff creates a similar dynamic, and you need to try to highlight the underappreciated team who could win their conference. To me, that is Utah. I'm very high on Utah compared to the world, and even in the national title picture, because they will have that entrance into the quarterfinal if my Big 12 believes in the world.
You're the man, Doug. Enjoy your college football weekend. Thank you so much.
Hey, we're just getting started. We got 14 of these. We're going to enjoy each one of them.
Let's go. There he is from Covers.com. Doug Farmer here in the G-Bag Nation. Just an absolute beast when it comes to breaking down your college football matchups and headlines. Okay, coming up next, you know it's Friday. It is time for that one segment of the week where you're encouraged to call in while intoxicated, in the process catching a buzz. We do have What You Drinking, What You Thinking coming up, but also
What you drinking, what you
Eric
thinking?
Nadel
Man,
is
I'm not
gonna join us
messing
for
with
his
that, bro.
thoughts on the Texas Rangers. Then we'll get into your phone calls. Then it'll be time for LA Live here in the G-Bag Nation. I have to chat Diamonds Direct with you for just a second, though, because if you're like me, you're looking for the best possible price to get the lady in your life, and you want an amazing price, great selection. Diamonds Direct cut out the middleman decades ago, and we continue to benefit from the greatness of what they provide. Diamonds Direct, but their name says it all. They do the best job at bringing diamonds directly here to North Texas, but their shopping experience is second to none as well. You're gonna love it. You step into a Diamonds Direct, the energy is electric, the welcome is warm, you've got your favorite drink ready, everyone's having a blast. It's not your typical hush-hush jewelry scene. It's like walking into the home of a trusted friend at Diamonds Direct. And the folks, they care. They're not just about the sales. They dive into your story, what you're celebrating. They work their magic to find something amazing that will not break the bank. And trust me, they've got the best perks, free cleanings, maintenance, even birthday surprises all on the house. So whether you're planning that big proposal, you're looking to treat yourself for someone special, drive by Diamonds Direct. They recently did. Tell them I sent you and get ready to experience jewelry shopping done right and leave with something you are excited to give. Okay, for the best quality, price, and shopping experience, there's no better choice than Diamonds Direct.
For G-Bag Nation, less commercials. We go commercial free all the way to the top of the hour. Coming up next, right here on the Fan and the Odyssey app.
We'll be back with you. Wanted to show some love to Haile Mazda of Arlington and Hearst. They're Tolos just like you, and they've been family owned and operated since 1990. And right now, you can get 0% on all Mazda CX-5, CX-50, and CX-90 models for up to 60 months, or 1.9% on all Mazda CX-50 and CX-90 models for 72 months. They've got all the great deals for you, and they're going to give you that personal level of experience. So go see my friends Mark Welch and Matt Lero. Find out about Mazda and find more with Mazda. Highly driven, highly satisfied Haile Mazda of Arlington and Hearst.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tghlaw.com. San Antonio.
Shop seafood savings at Whole Foods Market. Get 23% off sustainable wild-caught fresh king salmon fillets with Prime through September 3rd. Marinate this flaky fish in a honey soy sauce for a flavor-packed entree. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Still haven't scheduled your LASIK consultation at Tylock George Eye Care? Right now, Tylock George Eye Care has 24 months interest-free financing for your LASIK with approved credits. Get LASIK from the very best at Tylock George Eye Care, plus interest-free financing for 24 months with approved credits. Call today, see better tomorrow. Schedule your consultation at Tylock.com.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum
I got that
performance.
tomorrow.
Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 tests under high load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down. Covered by the Verizon 5G network. And for less than $30 a month, we make your phone your ride or die. Switch now and pick a free 5G phone with qualified plan purchase. And your 4th plan at no additional cost. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location.
I gotta go get it done, bro. Gotta get it done.
This Fan Friday is brought to you by Model L Roofing. Big Tolo's Archery Shop here for the best Ford dealership on the east side of the Metroplex. In Terrell, it's Platinum Ford. Owner Stephen Gilchrist, GM Adam Vinci. They're both Tolos. Taking care of the Tolos each and every day when it comes to the purchase of your brand new Ford truck or SUV. Adam's got everything from Super Duties on the ground to full-size Broncos, Raptor F-150s, the all-new Ford Lincoln. All you need to do is get over to Terrell to see him right between I-20 and Highway 80. You can start the process online at PlatinumFord.com. Travel a little further, save a lot more at Platinum Ford.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sex, but you got the idea.
Talk to you.
New way to nug. Gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
And since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter and win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarships/official rules.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new well light station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Granger. Granger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call him, click Granger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
This segment of the Fan is brought to you by Beacon Plumbing.
Green lights, blown fuses, got new electronics. Call Beacon or upgrade your old panel and give you a free surge protector to shield your home from harmful power surges. Just another reason why.
Yeah, buddy, welcome back. It is the G-Back Nation here on 105.3 The Fan. We got your what you drinking and what you thinking phone calls coming up at 5:30 LA Live at about 5:40 or so. It'll be our first what you drinking and what you thinking since the fateful passing of Kenny and Quinlan, a legend who is full of life and enthusiasm, taken too soon, even though he did live a pretty full life. Kenny and Quinlan will be missed, and we're looking for somebody to step up with a fresh mango margarita and 2 shots of rock and roll tequila. If you don't mind obliging us there, that would be fantastic. But it is time for the Expressway. The Expressway is brought to you by the On Time Experts, and the Eric Nadel Show is brought to you by Tylock George Eye Care.